What is happening? And welcome to another four-wheel drive talk episode. And friends, we're going to be talking about batteries. Specifically, we're going to be talking about a battery install that I had done actually a little bit over a year ago. Now, you may recall when I took delivery of my Turtleback Expedition trailer, it came with dual AGM batteries. And I knew that I wanted to swap these batteries out for lithium ions, but I wasn't really sure of the brand I wanted to go. Now, after a ton of research, actually it was a buttload of research on this, I decided to pick up two Briter Product lithium-ion batteries, which the folks over at Turtleback Trailers were kind enough to swap out for me. And now that I'm about a year removed from the battery install, it's time to do a detailed review of how these batteries have really held up over the course of the year. Now, all of that is ahead in just a few minutes, but first, guys, look, like I've said many times, we put these videos together to help you guys be informed on particular products. I'm going to share with you things I like, dislike, and ultimately, my goal here is to help you, if you're on the fence about, in this particular case, a battery, and looking at different options, and your compass happens to be pointed in the same direction of mine, then this video may very well be handy to you. If it is, you can do me a big favor by hitting that like button down below, because friend, it really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. That said, my friends, pull up a seat and let's go. Okay, let's start off by doing a quick overview of the specs and features of the Briter Products lithium-ion batteries. We're talking about 12-volt, 100 amp hour power for each one of these batteries. You have a dry chemistry, so there's really no need to add any water. Now, they do come available in two sizes. You have a 27 or a 31. Now, the weight is between 39 pounds and 41 pounds. Now, this is depending upon the size class. For comparison's sake, an average AGM battery weighs about 65 to 70 pounds. Now, there's an LCD display which allows you to check the battery's charge and health and so forth. There's Bluetooth capability, so you can monitor your batteries from your smartphone, and there's a long lifespan, so you're getting between 2,000 and 5,000 cycles. Now, the batteries, this is where it kind of steps ahead of some of the other noise out in the marketplace. The batteries are serviceable, which can extend the lifespan of the batteries well beyond the 5,000 cycles that I just spoke about a moment ago. And there's a 5-year warranty with these things. So obviously, Briter Products put a lot of thought into the features that these batteries offer. So not only are these batteries long lasting, but they have the convenient features like the LCD display and Bluetooth, which also give you the benefits that the AGM batteries didn't have. So for example, lithium-ion batteries have a much better depth of discharge. Whereas AGM can discharge about 50%, lithium ions can offer an 80 to 90% depth of discharge. So in fact, you can run the lithium-ion batteries all the way down to dead because they have no discharge memory. So you can charge them back up without any issue. And friends, I can attest to this here. And so I have a bad habit. Well, yeah, I guess we can say it as a no, it's not a habit. I refuse to call this a habit. But over the course of last year, I have accidentally discharged these all the way down to zip, nada, nothing. These things are dead as hell.
No! God, please, no!
I forgot to turn off the power a few times, so I go over there and the batteries are just what happened last week as I was getting ready to head off to Overland West. I go over there and turn on the main master switch with the red arc system, and nothing's happening. And the display on the battery is quite wiped out as well. And so, yeah, they were absolutely dead. But each of the 3 times that this has occurred, I bring my Turtleback trailer over in my garage, plug it into the wall, and these things are up and running in no time. And so it's really nice to have that. With an AGM battery, that gets a little dicey. So it's really nice that as I understand, these batteries have a 9% kind of reserve, kind of put aside for people like me. And I say people like me that have a tendency of driving, not paying attention to turning off that little knob or left something on. So there's a 9% reserve that is the battery's saying, hey, this is mine, bozo, not for you. And so that is going to allow the battery, or it's going to maintain the health of the battery, as I understand. So when you plug it in, it's easier for it to kind of pick up where it left off and get to a full charge. So that's really cool. I like that kind of safety net. Now let's shift gears and talk about the pros with these batteries. Now there's certainly plenty of features of these batteries that really are obvious benefits. So first off, I have to call the 900-pound gorilla. I love the size and the weight. And so this was I've spoken before, when you're heading out overlanding, trying to shave off weight where you can is a big plus, especially here in California where we have gas prices that are $8-10 a gallon. Yeah, shaving off weight is a good thing. Now, you have excellent cost per energy cycle. You have longer lifespan. You have greater depth of discharge with no discharge memory. They charge quicker, which is a big plus, especially when you're out in the field and you're relying on solar. Or, as many of you know, I head out with a 8,000 watt ELP generator. Now, these are 850 running watts. But the point being here is, these things are able to charge my trailer back up pretty quickly as well. Now, there's a great warranty, which I've not needed to use. They're fully serviceable, which again, I've not needed to use. You have the LCD and Bluetooth are ideal for monitoring your power levels as well, which is definitely a big plus. And I know this sounds really silly, but these batteries, friendly, they just do what they're supposed to. Now, I've never had to worry about the performance or functionality. I just charge them up and hit the road and have reliable power for all my off-grid adventures. And that's exactly what you want out of gear like this. And as many of you know, I'm constantly heading out with cameras or drones, computers, and just a number of electronics that I need to have reliable power when I go out. And these batteries do just that. So I'm running, just to clarify, I can't recall whether I said this in the beginning, but I'm running 2 of these. So I have a total of 200 amp hour of these batteries inside my Turtleback. And now with that out of the way, let's talk about the cons of these batteries. And this is one of those that, it's funny, when I do reviews, I bring this, it's almost kind of broken record syndrome for me. I look for cons. In all reality, I was ready to do this review a month or 2 ago. And it's actually when it was first came up with my editors. So let's crank out the 1-year anniversary for these batteries. But I was struggling with coming up with a con. There's always a con. I'm a firm believer. Any product out there, there's always going to be some even a small little con someplace. And after Overland West, I finally came up with what it is here. So okay. On the battery, I've noticed, now many of you know, I have a Red Arc Manager 30 Red Vision, which freaking badass battery management. This thing is a all-do-all, it manages and controls all my electronics in my Turtleback, and I can also access that through my phone. But I've noticed something here. So this is, I'm categorizing this as a con. I'm not sure. Honestly, I probably should call up both companies and see what can be done about this. But at Overland West, as I was packing up, I had noticed on the batteries, it showed I had 67% of juice left. However, on the Red Arc showed that I had 72%. So there's a 5% difference, and I've noticed this before, but honestly, I never really paid attention to it. The battery and the Red Arc very rarely match each other, but I'm going to assume that the batteries have the closest voltmeter and probably a little bit more tuned to what's inside the battery. That's going to be the more accurate. So, and actually, retrospect of saying this here, I don't think, I'm leaning towards that's definitely not a battery con. But, communication with the Red Arc. So, I don't know, Red Arc or, this thing, either way, that's the only I know that's a stretch, but that's the only thing I could come up with that I didn't like about these batteries. So as you can see, there's a lot to love about these batteries and very few downsides. Sure, they're bigger upfront costs than your AGM batteries. I mean, these batteries, they're a bit of investment. These are $15.99 for each one of these things. But with the longer lifespan and the ability to service these batteries, they're going to end up being a cheaper option in the long run without having to go through multiple sets of AGM batteries over the years. If in the next year and the years beyond are as good as the first year with these batteries, I'm going to be one hell of a happy camper. And it's funny. It's when I speak to friends, with regards to our fellow overlanders that have trailers, and the subject comes up of batteries and so forth. And granted, Briter Products is not one of the kind of the household names that you commonly hear when you're talking about lithium batteries. So I get the question comes up quite often. The why I went with this brand versus some of the other more well-known brands, which I did take a look at their batteries. But the best analogy that I can give with this here is when you look at all the things I just shared with you about, there's things about these batteries that really separate themselves very fast from some of the other noise out there. I'm going to give you a car analogy. When you look at Honda, when you look at Ford, these companies mass produce just a ton of vehicles out there. Now, a lesser known brand, which produces just a fraction of what Ford and Honda does, Rolls-Royce, for example. And Rolls-Royce are quite a bit more pricier than the Fords and the Honda. But Rolls-Royce, while they produce a lot less than the more well-named brands, they build a far superior product, and that's the best example that I can share with these batteries here. Yeah, Briter Products is not as known as some of the other battery manufacturers out there, but they have some features that none of the other companies have. And after a year using these things, man, these things have really held up, and they're doing exactly what I want them to do. Well, that's my 2 cents on it. Now, with the 1-year review of the batteries complete, let's wrap this video with a quick discussion of our current giveaway. Now, friend, we have multiple prizes up for the grabs this month. We have a Camp Moon camping folding chair, we have a Powerlix sleeping bag, and again, of course, the $100 Amazon gift card. As always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So friend, get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on 4-wheel drive talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you happen to register on the site during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But friend, as I keep saying over and over again, swing by, post some photos, let us know how you've been doing. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on 4-wheel drive talk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. I love doing these sort of reviews because, especially when the reviews turn out, where my hunch, my research that I do on a product turned out good, and the products were what I was hoping them to be. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but when you look at Overland rig, or even just your power system, is one of the major components in your overlanding off-road or your RV rig. And so these batteries, yeah, I'm super happy with these here, and so it's nice to have that reliability, which actually reminds me. So I have a new solar project coming up here, and actually you'll see a video coming out here in the next week and a half-ish time or so with a breakdown that. But speaking of power, I thought I'd kind of tease you with that. But guys, it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff. So it's you found some value with this video, hit that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, friend, what are you waiting for? Would love to have you part of the family. Last but not least, crush that bell so that every time that I come out with a video, hell, just like this one, you are notified, because our friends at YouTube are going to send you a little ringy dingy. What the hell did I just say? They're going to send you a notification letting you know that that new video is up. But anyways, friends, I'm going to be jumping out of my studio, so you get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.